Okay, good. Alright, so let's do a little warm-up. Again, all up, 3-4 minutes. Remember, warm-up, important to keep it fairly basic, okay, for a normal class. Okay? 1 to 2 minutes, just get the blood pumping through your body. And then a lot of this stuff goes down, goes up, rotating knees, rotating hips, arms, hands, shoulders, elbows. It's all about just getting mobility through the shoulders. Alright, good. Now, what I'd like to go through just quickly as well is, more often people will ask about push-ups, sit-ups, strength training. Now, as you know, in our normal classes, we don't spend a lot of time doing conditioning training or strength training like push-ups, etc. However, as some of you should know or would know, obviously in the old days, which I'm sure that if there was a, what's the big gym in New Zealand? What's the big gym? City Fitness. Okay. So if there was a City Fitness around the corner from the local Naha station, alright, then the instructors would probably send students to go and do some training there. Because for a lot of karate, yes, there is power in the technique, and absolutely that's what we focus on to begin with. But like anything, when you want to get to the top end, when you want to supplement to get more than what you're getting out of just your day-to-day stuff, you want to add a bit more power, add a bit more strength, do just an extra burn. Now this may not be for everyone, and it's not like we're doing this in our classes, and it's not for every class for, in the week. But just so that, I guess, you may be aware, it's good to do more. It's good to do a little bit more without having to go to the gym 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. If that's what you do and that's what you want to do, then no problem. But for the average student, they might say, you know what, I'm getting stronger in my karate, but I'm just not feeling like I'm getting stronger. Yeah? My technique is getting stronger, but it almost feels like my body needs to be a little bit stronger. So, things that we do in karate improve our strength. Stances improve our leg strength. Motion, improves our punching power, our blocking power. So it's all the pushing and pulling power that comes from punching and all that heat attack, yeah? Pulling back, pulling power, yeah? Punching is pushing power. So obviously it's such fundamental exercise like push-ups, sit-ups, stuff that we can do at home, that anyone can do is very simple. Using our stances, working off of just some squats, for example, lunges, all this sort of stuff. There's so much we can do in just a small amount of time that can improve the quality of our strength in our body, strength and conditioning. And then, of course, it helps our karate. So I've been talking about this to a lot of our black belts, for example. That's what I'm talking to you guys about today. I was recently overseas, did a few seminars, and a lot of the senior guys there, that's what we talked about. And it's not like we're saying we have to do this from now on. What I'm suggesting is, look, have a, just go through what we're going to go through today, just some push-up activity and all the rest of it. And if you don't do any, but you want to, obviously you can, right? I think I joked around one of the seminars and I said, look, if you can do 1 push-up and that's it, well, that's your limit today. And tomorrow you might do 2, which means you've improved by 100%. Okay, and I know we joke about it, but it's also very serious. Because some people are like, oh, I've never done push-ups, I've never done exercise like that. It doesn't matter. It's not about what you know or what you've already done, it's about what you want to do. Okay? As an example, I started going to the gym a little while ago. I took my neighbour, alright? And he was a bit unfit, but went to the gym and, those, I think they're called just tricep extensions. Is that on the bars? Just dips. That's right. Well, just tricep dips. Well, you're on the power bars and yeah. So I said, let's do this. Okay, I jumped on. I sort of did about 10. Your turn. He jumps on, he's done a quarter of 1. Alright, and he fell over and we laughed, and actually I laughed. I didn't laugh with him because he wasn't laughing, but I laughed because it was funny. I said, that's a good start though. I said, look, Pete, it's a good start because as you start to get fit, you'll do more than a quarter of 1. The next time we did it, he did a half. Alright? And, I laughed again, of course. But the positive was, hey, you just grown by 100%, okay? We'll give it to themselves, wait for your wife, let's just say you're improving. So anyway, now you can do 5 or 6 at a time. You know what I mean? You can push out 6 or 8 at a time. But it started with a quarter of 1. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't done push-ups before, and this is not so much more for you guys because you're all, you know, you've been training for a long time. But if I was talking to a bunch of lower grades, I might be saying this is what, if you haven't done this before, you just start with what you can do, and then you build on it. No different to your first lesson of karate, right? We go to karate because we don't know how to do it yet. You know, when someone says to us, I couldn't do karate because I'm not fit. It's like, well, maybe that's a good reason to do karate. If we all waited until we were fit and strong and able to do everything in our life, we'd never leave the house. We've got to start from somewhere. Yeah? Make sense?